It's electric football, the wild card weekend. Happy New Year. It's 2020. Stu Pace, Steve Brown, that kid Luke
Yeah,
Brown
Luke in the
behind
back
is
there.
still here.
Yeah.
We notice that we lose an awful lot of subscribers when I sing the intro, so Stuart is gonna stop me from singing from now on.
First of all, we're going to raise our glasses to Sam Weiss, who passed away today. Coach of the Bengals last time they were in the playoffs. Rest in peace, Sam.
Big,
4 games.
big innovator for the Bengals. Boomer Esiason and Ken Anderson. Did he coach Ken Anderson?
No, I don't think he was there yet.
But a great offensive innovator. So here's to you, Sam Weiss.
All right.
Go ahead, Stu.
All right. Well, first of all, I don't understand why both AFC games are on Saturday and both NFC games are on Sunday. First time that I can recall that ever happening.
I didn't even notice that. That's a good pickup.
Don't know the reasoning, but it is what it is. And we lead off with actually probably the most competitive game of the weekend, which is Buffalo and Houston. They last met in October. Texas won by 7. Buffalo is the number 3 defense in the league. J.J. Watt returns to Houston after being gone a long time this season, as well as Will Fuller. And I think that's huge for Houston because he can draw the coverage away from DeAndre. And also, he's had some big games this season when he's been in. So I think that's important for the Texans to have those 2 players specifically back here. Historically, home teams fare better in the wild card round. Both teams have a decent running game, and Houston has the better passing game. I think it's close. The line is Houston minus 2.5, and I would take Houston here just to win because of the home team history in the wild card round. But I think it's a close game.
First off, are you sure about Fuller? Because I was reading Game Time Decision.
Well, yeah, if he returns.
Okay,
I mean,
'cause
he's not out.
That's a huge thing because they average 5 or 6 points more a game when Fuller plays. He makes a big impact doing what you're talking about, pulling some of the coverage away from Hopkins and also making some big plays himself.
Yeah, he has a couple big games this year.
J.J. Watt, like you mentioned, tore a pec week 8. I have a friend that tore a bicep, and he said it's a snap and it rolled up into his body, and he could not lift his arm this way. So I can't imagine playing pro football after tearing a pec. They're going to have him in very limited. They're talking about pass rush situations. They're talking about 2-minute drill late in the game. They really don't want him in there on a 2nd and 2 or a 3rd and 1 where there's going to be a pig pile and he's likely to get hurt.
Yeah.
Watt is one of the most dominant players in a short span, a medium span that I've ever seen. And I really want this guy to get healed up and play at full capacity for a couple more years. So I really think that this is a risky thing for them to do.
Agreed.
I think Buffalo's going to win outright.
Wow.
I think the defense is better by far. The Texans' defense is really, really bad. So Buffalo only needs to make a couple of key plays. Fuller's crucial because if he doesn't play, Tre'Davious White is going to be all over DeAndre Hopkins, and that takes away the Texans' real advantage. So it's hard to make this call. Today is Thursday.
Yes.
Hard to make this call not knowing Fuller's situation. I would definitely take Buffalo +2, and I think I'd take Buffalo for the win.
Wow. Interesting.
Luke, Buffalo or the Texans?
Buffalo. By the way, I don't know if any of you guys noticed this or not, but instead of wearing my regular Trubisky jersey, I'm wearing a Khalil Mack jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, someone
Got
had a
that
Merry
for
Christmas.
We should have brought. He got that, and he got.
Yeah, well, not for Christmas.
I
I got
didn't
down in
notice.
North Carolina.
Well, it was for Christmas. We just got it after Christmas because that's when we went down to visit my mom.
Yeah, and I can do a pretty good Southern accent, people.
Oh, here it is.
Should have brought the Trubisky bobblehead too. We could have knocked it around.
No, stop.
Titans at Patriots, and I believe it's Patriots -5. Ghost. Oh, and by the way, nice job knocking them the hell out of the.
How about them Dolphins?
Yeah, oh God, I'll talk about it in a minute. Go.
Yeah. First of all, yeah. Huzzah. Devontae Parker with a huge game. Fitzpatrick. And we just hired Chan Gailey, which really got me emotionally uneasy because he's, 75 years old or something? And why are we bringing back Chan Gailey? With all these young, brilliant minds in the NFL, we bring Chan Gailey back. But we beat the Patriots at home, first time since 2008. 8, I believe. So Tennessee, New England. Ryan Tannehill is in the playoffs. Let that sink in. He has been very effective due to the great running game with Derrick Henry. The Patriots have been anemic on offense to the fact that Miami actually beat them. But Brady was throwing a lot of perfectly thrown balls that were being dropped, even by Julian Edelman. And it's a less than stellar wide receiver core for New England. Still, New England is New England, and why would anyone pick against them at home in Foxborough in the playoffs in January? Pat's D is still ranked number 1. Didn't show really the other day against Miami. Ball control will be key here. If Tennessee can manage to keep Brady off the field, and this is so obvious I shouldn't even be saying it, but they have a chance if they can do that. However, New England has a really good, effective way of stopping the big player on the big team typically. So, with that said, I think Tennessee covers the 5-point spread, but I don't believe they win. I will have to take the New England Patriots at home.
Holy crap, that's exactly what I was going to say. It all comes down to Derrick Henry, the league rushing title at 1,540 yards, added another 206 receiving, 18 total touchdowns, I think 16 rushing and 2 receiving.
A lot of touchdowns.
But it's exactly what I was going to say. It all comes down to you're giving Belichick, a pissed off Belichick, I might add, and a pissed off Brady because of what the Dolphins did to them, a chance to plan to stop basically one guy. Now, I understand Tannehill's hit some big plays. They've got some dynamic young wide receivers, the Titans. But if Belichick is able to force the game onto Tannehill's shoulders, the Patriots win.
Yeah.
I did the exact same thing you did. I said Patriots to win, Titans to cover. I know the Titans are a big, sexy underdog pick this week.
Buddy.
And I think the Patriot fans better get ready for the decline because, it's coming.
Oh, it's coming. They're on the precipice, and someone just has to go doink.
But it ain't coming this week. I'm going to take the Patriots.
And
Titans to cover.
interestingly, A.J. Brown's stats with Mariota were terrible. Tannehill comes in, and he just went ballistic the rest of the season. Rookie who had a tremendous last 7 or 8 games with Tannehill in play. That's huge, but you have to stop Henry, and if you can stop Henry, good God, it's Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, go back to the start of this season and say to yourself, Ryan Tannehill is going to replace Marcus Mariota. You wouldn't have believed it. There it is. Luke, Titans or Patriots?
Patriots. Yeah, come on, Tim. Get your ass over here. This is a commitment.
Yeah, where are you, Tim?
He's been invited.
Well, if you're watching this,
he's in hiding because of what.
World,
all right, stop. I hate that
world,
song.
Around
Luke,
the world.
I hate that song.
I don't
Really
know what
hate
that
that
is,
song.
and please stop.
So we have my Vikes going up against the Saints. Vikes plus 7.5, and that tells you everything you need to know. Right now, I swear to God, you're not going to believe this. Right now, if you said to me, you could have Kirk Cousins start this game or Ryan Fitzpatrick, I would take Ryan Fitzpatrick. The spread tells you what people think of this. Kirk Cousins' record against winning teams, which I think is 6-29 right now.
Ooh.
It might be 6-28.
So there's a chance.
There's not really a chance. The Saints remember the Minnesota Miracle, and they're certainly looking for revenge on that. I would like to at least pick the Vikings against the spread, but I really don't think that's going to happen. We're getting Dalvin Cook back, which will help a lot. We're fairly healthy, but we don't have Xavier Rhodes of 2 years ago, who might have been able to shut down Michael Thomas. We have a distinct, huge disadvantage at quarterback. They have a better offensive line than we have. We have about equivalent skill position players, but you give Breeze time behind a good offensive line, he's going to pick the Vikings apart. Saints win by at least 10.
Yeah, I don't think Kirk has a chance here. He has been awful when needing a victory.
Yeah.
And while the Saints have a middle-of-the-road defense, the Vikings' offense just doesn't scare you this year. The key is if the Vikes can get Dalvin Cook going. I don't know that they can against New Orleans.
And if Thielen is fully healthy from that hamstring, which I'm not convinced he is.
Yeah, I think he'll have a decent day, but the Saints prevail, and then Zimmer gets fired on the plane ride home. take the Saints.
You really think?
Yep.
Because there's now talk is Zimmer getting fired, and Zimmer should not get fired. Zimmer is a good coach. I would take Mike Zimmer in a heartbeat if the
Well, you
Vikings.
haven't.
I know, but and I've watched him, and he's good. He doesn't make end of game mistakes. He knows clock management. He relies on the run a little bit more than most coaches do, but that's not a bad thing when you have a talent like Dalvin Cook. There's a lot of guys. They're talking about McCarthy here in New York. What's his name? Kitchens is out there. Rivera. They're talking about in Washington. If you wait if you're looking for a coach, you wait a couple days, and if the Vikings get destroyed in this playoff game and Zimmer gets fired, pick him up. He is a very good coach.
Okay.
Sorry, that's my rant. Luke, my Vikes or those lousy Saints? Those
Well, this is
creepy
the only time
child
I'm going
molesting
to say this, 'cause
Saints.
that's how much I hate them. Vikings, by the way, in order
Wow.
for electric football to get more viewers, we need to give people advice on gambling. So,
Yeah, we did.
first tip is know how to gamble. I mean, you don't want to walk into a casino and not know how to play poker or whatever.
Well,
And-
but we're
and
talking
second of
we're
all,
talking football.
No,
gambling.
no,
as
let me
if he's
finish.
walked into casinos and had played a little Texas Hold'em.
second,
Go ahead, second what, buddy?
If I knew how
Second
to
of all,
gamble,
the-
I wouldn't be
no,
hosting this show.
stop. Second of all, if the police try to arrest you because you're doing something illegal, just tell them that you're bored and you want to have fun. And third
Because
of all-
that'll get you off. We're
No,
not
third
doing.
of all-
No, we're not doing third of all.
No,
Cut.
third of all, don't smoke while you gamble. It's bad for your health, people. Anyway, let's move on.
Well, a public service announcement from the right.
Well, we're not smoking.
True.
Seahawks at Eagles. Go Stu.
The John Denver inspired matchup is intriguing.
Bird fight.
Bird fight. John Denver had a song, The Eagle and the Hawk. I think that's.
And it's a very good song.
It is. It's one of my favorite to play.
You
in
know
the
what? He was dorky as hell in the 70s. He's cool in
I
2020.
learned how to play guitar to his albums.
Listen to some John Denver, including the Eagle and the Hawk. Now, go
Yes.
Stu.
This is the game I think that the home team loses on the weekend. Ertz is hurt. Sanders is hurt. Brooks is out. Jeffrey is out. Aguilar is hobbled. Russ Wilson on the road is...
Aguilar's out.
Oh, is he out?
I heard out.
Okay. So there's your Philadelphia Eagles
Wait,
offense.
you've missed a few because Jalen Mills hurting, Fletcher Cox
Okay.
hurting, Derek Burnett hurting. Go ahead.
And at 9-7, they shouldn't even be in it, but that's me. The limping Eagles are not much of a threat here. Hawks are 1.5-point favorites, but I think it should be more.
Oh yeah.
That's a crazy spread on this game with that injury list. Again, home teams typically win the wild card games, but the Eagles looked bad all season, and half their playmakers are either out or questionable. I'm sorry, it's the Seahawks by at least 7. Seattle moves on, and I think they have to go to San Fran if they win.
It's amazing how in tune we are on this weekend because I said I expect Seattle to roll by at least 7
Okay.
to finish this up.
And it's right here. We keep it in writing.
The Carson injury is the only. Carson injury and home field advantage are the only thing that give the Eagles hope. When I saw one Eagles plus 1.5, I thought to myself, my God, that line's got to shift
That's
because
fixed.
all the money is going to go down on Seattle. There is no reason to expect Wentz to be able to pull this out when he's got basically practice squad receivers and Zach Ertz potentially hobbled. If you had to put down money on one game this weekend, put it down on Seattle, and don't blame me if you lose because anything can happen. But both Stuart and I are on Seattle plus, like -7, -8.
At least.
Luke, tell us why we're wrong. Seattle or the Eagles?
Eagles, because anyone who tells me that I can't take on an Eagle can kiss my ass.
Ooh.
Okay. And now I'll be punishing my child.
No, don't.
That's
don't.
electric football. We appreciate you viewing. Please put your comments in. Please put your picks in. Please check out the other prognosticators, including Geo Knows, Half Moon Picks, Andrew Warren. There's a new guy, Patriots Tattoo or something, who's been hanging out. Check out anybody that comments here and see if they prognosticate.
Yep. On Facebook, we're available on the NFL YouTube at Prognosticators page. So you can find us and everyone else there, which makes it easy. It's a nice
Whatever. We're
Yes,
available
that's what
for
it is.
weddings, birthday
And
parties,
gambling.
bar mitzvahs, and bat
gambling,
mitzvahs.
anyone but New England. Bye bye.
Gambling.